Okay, so welcome back guys to another video. Okay, so in this video we'll be covering a weekly review of uh, NQ. Okay, so hashtag evening as in futures. Okay, only futures because I don't have the real time data. It's been delayed by 10 minutes because I don't have the premium. Okay, so we will discuss how I would do the annotations. Okay, so sorry, let's get started. Okay, so the marking that I have did here on weekly is this weekly opening gap, this weekly premium week, and coming down, we will also mark the weekly week if we go down below that one. Okay, okay. So on a daily basis, I marked this daily fair value gaps 0.25 level. Midpoint, this is coincident with overlapping with that 0.5 of the weekly opening gap and the 0.7 level is here. I think this is where is the 0.7. I didn't put the yeah. Oh, sorry. 0.5 is here. 0.7 is there. Okay. So no problem. After on these days, we will use that this premium week. Okay, weekly premium week. So I also didn't started anything. Before starting, I just want to continue with you guys. That's the reason I'm just starting everything on a go. Okay, so there is a weekly opening gap that is marked here. I mean this week opening gap. Okay, so that Monday, November 10, and that is 7th. Okay, so directly go to hourly chart. We opened on Monday, so we will continue from Monday to till Friday. Every day after post, we will just start everything. Okay, so Monday we opened. We actually closed here, right? Closed here, opened there. So we have that opening gap. That's the midpoint of the opening gap. Price came to the midpoint of the opening gap, and then it was going higher. So looking at the chart, that's our midnight open. Here is our midnight open. You had a small little small consolidation up here, and you can see that the next candle manipulates a downwards like this, taking the sell side of sell sides here, and you can see that huge impulse move while creating that hourly fair value gap up here. Okay, just mention. So, and our New York session starts at 7 o'clock. From here onwards, we will be looking at an opening range of 730, between 7 to 7:30, and we will be looking at 6:30 to 7 also, because that's an area where you need to check for any liquidity sweeps or something like that. Okay, so going to a small time frame like 15 minutes, we will just look at the London, then we will come back. Okay, so look at it. Okay, no problem. So as I said, uh, midnight opened here. You can see the London steps here during 3 o'clock window from 3 o'clock to 3:30. You can see that huge manipulation It's like called like can be called that is an accumulation. It's called a manipulation to the downside, and the distribution is happening up here. So taking this law, they consider here, right? So I'm just taking this load, start to go up higher, and first we will cover here, then we will now mark any important terms here. Okay. Now, as you can see, what else things you are here? For your reference, I haven't opened any of these time frames earlier. Okay, so I'm just keeping up with you. Okay. Now, so the manipulation and the distribution starts here, creating that hourly fair value gap came to the midpoint of that hourly fair value gap perfect, and we created a small little 15-minute fair value gap, extending it through the time. We have this hourly, 50-minute fair value gap, right? So we'll just use that as a reference. Okay. So we have that point. So we'll go to 5 minutes and 1 minute. First, we'll check the things here. Then we will go up here. Okay. So going to 5 minutes. Yeah. Fine. Okay. So 12 o'clock, all the accumulation here. Manipulation at 3 o'clock. During the 3 o'clock to 3:30 interval, you can that's an opening price gap, something like that. Okay. Then call anything, but you should look for first thing is 1:30 to 1:30 to 2 o'clock. 1:30 to 2 o'clock. Okay. This area is really important, and this 3 o'clock to 3:30. That's also an important area. So you can see that first we'll use the this one. So 1:30 opened here, end up a little bit higher. Oh, sorry for the interruption, guys. My tongue, I, I have some problems with my mouth. Okay, that's why I can't talk too much. Okay. So coming here about this candle which took out this buy side up here and created a low. I mean, it was a liquidity sweep in 5 minutes. And you had a small little 5 minute fair value gap, and that's not a block. Price came again there, tried to end up, but failed to go lower. Taking that buy sides again. Trying to end 1 minute chart. Let's see, we have something. Fine, 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 fine. Yeah, yeah. Between 1:30 and 2 o'clock, right? Yeah. Okay, there you go. We have this buy sides taken. Yeah, till here it was taken. We had multiple suspension blocks up there. Yep, that's one. That's one. You can see how the had this fair value gap up here. In 1 minute also, no candle close below it, so there is no clear structure shift. You can also think it is low as a good one, but for the time being, let's consider that. So now again, so all the little things here. So that was at low, that got taken out. Now immediate rebalance. Okay, so I don't think there is a good trade setups or anything like that. Went through it, no problem. So now we are above the midnight open, and we have that hourly fair value gap up here, right? So no problem. So you look for that anything's up here. Okay, so now in 6:30 to 7 o'clock. Okay, so that's the time window that we should be looking for if you're trading pre-New York. Okay, so when during 6:30, 6 after 6:30, you already went into that, fell into that hourly fair value gap once more at 6:30. You cross that thing again. We got a good structure shift to the upside down. We have this suspension block up here plus this over block up there, right? So we'll mark that suspension block up there, and we have that. Uh, oh shit, we have this order block of the last three candle can be considered as an order block. So we have that order block, order block there. What do we have? Okay, then you can consider this high, this high, this high, all the highs were taken. Perfect. Okay, but failed to take out all this. I find that there should be some liquidity pending there. Then only you can just target for such kinds of liquidity, right? So, and I as I said to you, that's a 15 minutes that I kept that created here. And during this time window, it came back down here, going through that 15 minutes, coming to where that order block plus that suspension block up there. Okay, you can also consider that as a suspension block, but just near to another PDR. That's the reason I'm just referring to this one. I know it is already happened. You can refer to any sheets, right? Maybe that's why that might be the reason. Again, let's say like that also. So now we have this high and this highs, radical highs. We have radical highs here and we have the London high up there. Okay, so during the window 7 o'clock to 7:30. 7 o'clock to 7:30. During the window 7 o'clock starts here. Okay, so it's very high. Went through that 15-minute level, yeah, down to a road block and that suspension block. Created a short time high here. Again, tried to end up go there but failed. To go below. Okay, fine. And now with gray we have this high here. It created another high. Tried to end go a little bit down. Failed. And now we also two vertical highs that is making here. So during that went through that low to have that little. There is one more thing that you want to find. Okay, so this is where 7 o'clock starts, right? That's the first percent fair value gap. Yeah, you can consider this as a first percent fair value gap. No, no. This should be the first percent fair value gap. Okay, so I see it all when I have doubts. Okay, so you can also consider this and this one because it is going through a. I mean, what do you say? This creating a structure should like that, right? So should I consider that one or this one? For the time being, let's consider this one. I know it's already happened, you can consider. I will see which one to consider. Okay, so let's look at this area a little closer. We went into that suspension block again, taking both the sell side here, and we have these two related highs, which should be kind of transition to the upside. Into that outer block, perfect. You can see it is always taking the upper quadrant of that fair value suspension block, right? So when through it, we have something. You only have this volume balance up there, and you have this order block up there. Yeah, and price came again back into it. And yeah, now you see, you are considering all the size, this height, just consider the bodies of this one, this high. Or if you consider that bodies of then you can consider that as a relative height, right? When again to that hourly chart and you can see that it go through it, right? And close about that bodies of that cancer. So that's a good sign. Now we have that volume balance up there and this fair value gap up there. Okay. Now okay, so considering that inverse volume balance plus fair value gap, you can see that when price came back to here, it stopped right at there and it again opened a little bit down and went through it, right? So you can take if you want from here, respecting that volume balance up there, right? So maybe if you take, you should short loss should be, yeah, I will probably put it here. Okay, I don't want to risk more. And throw it, came back again, taking that sell side again. So and what did happen? Went through it, creating a structure shift. Came back where this fair value gap. You have a significance in this fair value gap is going through to create a structure shift like that, right? So let's say if you're considering that one and you can take an entry from there, you can place your stop somewhere around here again. Now, that, and here 40 something. You can ask for this one. Uh, you are, you can, but anyway, you will get stopped out here, right? So, the only entry if you want to take it from, I would have only take it from here. Okay, so this where I have increased the best, I think, putting your stops here. Because the thing is, we have many confirmations here. Yeah, that's enough. So coming back to the thing, 830 somewhere around here. Yeah, there is your 830. When they're down, when down a little bit, taking this side has been taken off by. And 930 opened here, open market opened here. You can see that impulsive move down upwards. And there is something that I want to show you. So in this 1 hour chart, I have seen a high that is taken out, right? So no, yeah, this one. Yeah, we have, what is this? This black candle, okay. This black candle, what is that? Oh, it's a breaker because we have this high here, we have that high there. And this move went through the two highs and created a level. You have a higher level. You can see higher level also. This three candle could be your order block, and that down candle could be a high, a head level, higher level. Okay, so you can consider that as a breaker up there. And again, going to that 1 minute chart, it's not going. Yeah, yeah, we went through that. And we have our midnight and 830 downside. Okay, so now waiting for any moment to the downside, and also look at where we are at. We are at the. Oh, sorry guys, about my tongue. Okay, it's hurting too much. So we are again in the upper quadrant of the weekly opening gap there. So that's this area is a premium. Or if you are taking this area that is 0.25 and 0.75 and the consequent quadrant, this area is a premium area and we went to a breaker. Now let's analyze what's the thing here. We created highs, we have a low, we have a higher high, again we have a lower low. Yeah, now coming to this area. You can see that we went through that shit, suspecting the consequent encroachment of that day opening weekly opening. Again went through it. Considering that fair value gap which has been suspected here. Yeah, considering that thing there, we have a high and we have that low here. Just taking the quadrants. Okay. Okay. And we have that high taken out and we have that body closing of that 13 and you can see this particular fair value gap that has been respected multiple times. Disrespected by this candle making it as an inversion fair value gap. And this can goes through it again. But closed below it and next candle we are only able to close to the midpoint of that, right? So that's a good price point that I would be looking at. Again, looking at in a small time frame was like this, we have this high, we have this low, we have again that higher high that goes through it but failed to go above this. These kinds of pattern are really good. Okay, we have short time high, we have an intermediate time high, and we have another short time high. Okay, but failed to go through it, and we didn't close above the midpoint. I mean, closed above any of the body closing of that candles. That's really good. After that, we went through this low, the making it as an but making it as a breaker. Again, that breaker came there to that Faraday gap, and the next thing you can take an entry either on this candle, okay, like that. Like that, you could tender, making your stops just above there. You can target for any of the current low. Anyway, we are above the midnight and 8:30 open, so and price is also in a premium. So I only need 3 hour basically. So till here I will get 3 hour and that is the case I would have basically target for the somewhat like that. Okay, so we have all this noise here, all the cell sites clicking here. You can target for this. Yeah, and we can also target for this low. Okay, so sorry for the interruption. My tongue is hurting. Okay, so that's almost 4.73 and it broke down again. What's that? That's the London low. Okay, so that could also be a target. Almost 6 hour trade if you have the guts to hold, but I don't have that guts. I think you understand what I have been saying here, right? So that's a red cap plus that breaker up down there, and for the worst case scenario, taking this as your breaker, just let just taking that body closing of that up. Came to that breaker, even if you enter here, you can pyramid somewhere here, okay? Because let's say this was the low, right? I mean, one, two, three candle closed below that low, right? So it's showing that a good sign of reversal. So you entered the recon pyramid there, stay same stop loss. And let's say you missed the entry that you can pyramid on the level 0.5 or 0.755, that level can trade for max here. It is enough, guys. That's enough. Oh, and this candle, yeah, you can turn it till here. Okay, but this full candle takes out that all that full by the sell side, right? So first entry there, first entry there, pyramid entry here. You get it and get the pyramid entry here, exiting all alone that low. Oh, I think Monday is completed, and we are afternoon section. You are seeing a reversal. Okay, so no problem. So we took out that high. I mean London high. We took out that London low. That's really good. Okay, now we will just delete everything. We will go to the next day. I just really don't like to. What is it? Okay, the next day is Tuesday. That's where our candle stopped, right? So Monday's next day we opened up a little, taken the Monday's high. You can see there, right? And went a little lower, right? So going to an hourly chart again. That high there. So I think this could be the Monday's high, right? So yeah, that is a Monday's high. No problem. We have that. We will just mark out that highs. Okay. Okay, fine. That's we have that previous day high. Okay, fine. Then we'll go to our things. Okay, now an hourly chart. You can see that. That's the what it is. Asian section right there. You can see that before that we will just take the week quadrants of this. Okay, so 0 and 1. Yeah. He went through that week's consequent encroachment of that week, hourly week. Okay, so we saw a huge momentum like that. Okay, fine. Now we have that uh, hourly fair value gap up there, but I'm considering this one a little bit good, I think, because it is overlapping it, right? So we don't need to consider that for the time being. Okay, so let's continue our analysis. So when we opened, midnight opening was here. We went through. Sorry, midnight opening was here. No problem. Oh, that is PM, right? Hey, hey, yeah. We should be taking this is the Tuesday, right? So, hey, what? Hey, don't confuse me, okay? 3 a.m., 7 a.m. Hey, man, what's happening? Monday closes here. Yeah, okay, okay. Tuesday is here, right? So, what did I do? Ah, no problem here, right? So, okay, 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 no problem, no problem. Sorry. I did a mistake, guys. So Tuesday is here. Okay. Shit. Yeah. I think. Yeah. Oh, so the day ends around 4 to 5 o'clock somewhere around here. Okay. Then it take that previous days. Oh, okay, that's the thing. Shitting with my analysis. So we have that hourly shift there. We also have that hourly fair value gap up there. We will be considering that one too. Okay, so for the time being, we'll be considering both of this. So I know this time consuming. If you don't want, you can just leave. Okay, I'm not doing this for your purpose. I'm just doing this for my purpose only. Okay, so it's we will look closely. Okay, so midnight opened here. Even an hour after midnight open. We went through this hourly fair value gap which was created previously, that is Monday, on afternoon section London, I mean New York. Okay. So we have all the way till here. London opens here, right? So I would like to go to 50-minute chart and see what it's gonna be. Yeah. Now we'll be looking at time frames here. Okay, so we have that 50-minute fair value gap up here. We have that hourly fair value gap well assigning here. We have that 50-minute fair value gap which is inversed here and came back to there, right? So I think this is a good day for you to trade. Okay, in 50-minute, if you are a futures trader, okay, and if you're trading London, I think today you could have get some good trades. Okay, no problem. Also, one more thing, you can see these lows, right? So what's that? We have low, this high was taken, and lower lows of that. You can consider that as a breaker also. So okay, so it's a 50-minute breaker or on a hourly chart. What was that? Oh man, nothing was there. No problem. I think this is kind of boring, but okay, bear it. Okay, that's that fucking. I mean, like that fair value gap. 15-minute got invest right here. Fine, that's really fine. Okay, now going to 5-minute chart during the 1:30 to 2 o'clock time window. That is from here to here, right? So yeah, 2 o'clock. Yeah, there we have that down candle like that, and we went through that. So midnight is somewhere here, right? So midnight is here. Midnight is here, so can consider that you candle combined as a suspension, right? So you actually need a second screen, guys. If you are trading on a 1-minute chart, you need to at least see what's the 5-minute is doing, right? That's the thing that I don't have basically. So sorry. I know it's somewhat time consuming, but try to bear it. Okay. I don't know. It is my headphones is having low charge. So sorry. I'm using its mic, so you can see that we have that 5-minute fair value gap plus that inversion there. And we will mark that 5-minute too. We have that 1:30 to 2:30, 2 o'clock window here. Okay, now we have a clear idea that it's gonna go down, right? So on chart we will look. Yeah, we can compare everything here with the S&P. I am considering the pure, what say, pure uh, price action only. Okay, so it went through that breaker, failed to reach the midpoint of that hourly fell very gap, created a low again. Bro fails to go above that high, right? So let's say I think might S&P could have gone above that. Okay, so we'll just look at it. 132 was the highest high here. Okay, right. So we'll go to S&P, go to the same time. 132. No, S&P also didn't went right, so no problem. Now might just no problem if it doesn't went. Okay, no, you don't have to worry like that. It tries to go up but failed, broke down. We have that one. Yeah, you have that this 1 minute fair value gap. Yeah, we have that 1 minute fair value gap inside of that 5 minute. Okay, marking this one. Price was able to close down the low of that fair value gap. I mean that low. Here, price went to that 1 minute again. Price went to that 5 minute again. You can see the rejection from this is the last chance that you could have entered. Okay, so I have a good low up there. And on the timing also. What time this happened? Yeah, that's the so during the time frame. Okay, 1:30. Yeah, yeah, this is a perfect example that I have been looking for. Okay, so 1:30 opened here. I mean like here went to that breaker over to that the lower quadrant of that hourly fair value gap. Hourly fair value gap, and we start to go lower. This is the current low, right? First percentage fair value gap in London section, that is between 1:30 to 2 o'clock time window. That is the one that breaks through a low which created a structure shift. Okay, so that this one, right? You can consider that as a fair value gap, which can be considered as the first percent fair value gap in 1 minute chart. Okay, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute chart. Okay, so 1 second, guys. That's what I want to mention in this day. Okay, so you can directly take an entry upon the, I mean, like after structure shift like this. Okay, you can enter like that, and where you can put your stop. If you, I would have put my stop loss right there because that's enough, and could look for that low. You can see that low was perfectly taken out here, right? So, oh shit, that low was not taken. Oh fucking shit, man. So that law was not taken here. Okay, if that law was not taken here, okay, so I will tell you what to do. You have entered from there, price went broke through, and price went through this 15-minute fair value gap, right? So within 12, 15, then no 15-minute fair value gap restarts when, okay, 15 minutes, what is happening there? Yeah. Yeah, 2 o'clock it closed. Okay, okay. 2 o'clock it closed. Okay, so we went to that 15 minutes already kept up there. 15, right? So it went through it after it closed below that 15 minutes already kept. And again you have that buy sides up here. We are also in the 13 minute, I mean like this buy side was taken here and you can see the shit's happening there. Uh, I really don't like to see the price action like this in a chart, okay? So what is happening? Yeah, that could be your entry. That's a perfect entry model, and you are seeing out price action, good price action. Here only take out that high and went through down again, fine. Failed to reach that high again when we take out that low. If you just take that shit from here, put your stop loss around okay 55 is fine. You could get 2.7 if you just with 3 or 2 points. Yeah, that's enough, guys. That's really enough. Now, what I was saying here is we created this bisects up here like a relative highs, and we have that 15-minute fair value gap left here, right? Or during that 3 o'clock to 3:30 time window. That time window, that's also an opening price for London. Okay, like 8:30. That's for London. I'm sorry, 9:30. 9:30 for New York. That's 3:30 is like for London. So what you can see here. So that all the highs were taken, we went to that 15-minute, we stopped at the correct midpoint of that 15-minute fair value gap, and we invest this full, I mean the suspension block. You can consider this as a suspension block. Okay, it helped that price to go above all the price action. I mean like all the buy sides up here. So we consider that thing here. Okay, that here as a suspension block. Okay, so we went through that suspension block, and we are in time window 3 o'clock and 3:30. This is a perfect trade that I could have executed. Okay, so that could be my entry, that could be my stops right there. Okay, I don't want the market to go all the way. If it is gonna go at least about the half a midpoint of that week, it's gonna stop anyway. Stop. Okay, so I should look for any good sell set 2.63 or yeah, perfect 3 hour trade. Okay, that's all I fucking wanted. That's all the shit that I have wanted. Okay, so that could be perfect trade execution within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles, 5 minutes. That's a 3%. Yeah, that's I know it's complicated. I mean, like I'm going fast. I know that, but I don't have any choice. Okay, so where is the? Oh, we have. Okay, so we went through it. Because there, so 11 a.m. 6, where is 6 o'clock? 6 o'clock, yeah, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock is there. Okay, now again in the New York section, you can consider we are inside of that huge hourly fair value gap, right? So what's in 4 hour? And there is things that I want to check on the relative, I mean regular trading hours, but for this video I'm not checking. Okay. 1 second, guys. I got an email. So guys, 1 second, okay, 1 second. I will just come back in a minute, okay. Sorry guys for the delay, okay. So where was we? Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, yeah. Up here, right? Oh, there is now 4 hour or something like that, so no problem. We had that huge 1 hour like that. So we need to worry because we are start to respecting all the CB and all the trend to the downside. Okay, so let's see what we have got in this area of time. Okay, so so messy price action. I really don't want like to do something here. Okay, so this is 6 o'clock. Okay, fine. 6:30 starts here and a little bit up higher. Created a 7 o'clock highest high after 7 o'clock, and we went lower, created a lowest low after 7 o'clock and 8:30 starts here, went all the way, taking the highest high after 7 o'clock. Okay. Trading this shit, you have to be in mind of that. And I think if 9:30 open somewhere here, okay. So that was taken. That highest high after 7 o'clock was taken. So okay, fine. So we'll go to 5 minute and analyze. Okay, so I know it's gonna be a huge thing. Okay, and oh, really, we have this two highs here, and we failed to do that, take out that high, right? So no problem. In this price section, we also need to watch because I don't see anything good to go down till here. Okay, we'll just go to 1 minute. Okay. I don't want to spend all day there. 1 minute is really good. You see how beautiful it is. It's clearly showing where the bisects are here. So okay, so it's here it went through the bodies of that. That's really good. Okay, so fine. In the window 6:30 we took out the shit 7 o'clock. No, I wouldn't trade anything like that. Now let's see what's happening here. Okay, so 9:30 open here. Yes. Mm, nothing here, guys. To be honest with you, I really don't like to see these kinds of price action like that. Okay? So this is random bullshit. Okay, I think this is you have to be very careful. I think price action. Okay, that's the reason I can't also figure out. If it is a live price action, I can more things. I can see how price is reacting lively. Okay, so if it is like this, market went slowly up here and create a huge. Can see in the live chat, but I think I will do the next part tomorrow or something. I can't. My tongue is paining. Okay, we'll just cover that thing and we took out the previous days. I mean, not previous days thing. The hourly wick that I have told you, right? So that comes around somewhere here. We went through that 0.5 level up there, and okay, to that fairly gap, we have the breaker. You can see. Well, to that up there. Random shit. Okay, I just don't want to see. Okay, we'll just look at the price action. Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday, and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday on the next video. Okay, I will prepare something because I just don't like to waste your time also. Okay, so I'm sorry for this video not that helpful to you guys. Okay, so next video I will be I will mark. I will just use something good. Okay, then only I will make the video. Okay, so sorry for your time. Sorry. Just go.